Hi everyone, welcome back today. I know everybody says this, but I really cannot believe that we are into February already. I feel like we just landed from Singapore. I don't know what the hell I've been doing all month, but a month has gone by really quickly. Still feel like we're settling in, like still getting our life organized here. But somehow here we are, it's February. I'm going to share a few things that I've been loving for the month of January, a few random things. I have a Netflix thing, food, beauty, fashion, and two fails. Well, one of them's a fail, the other one's kind of just I wanted to mention it and just talk about it a little bit because I'd mentioned it previously and hadn't really followed up with it much. So I always try to keep it down to 5 items that I really love just so I don't blabber on forever. I've managed to do that this month, so here we go. First up is a beauty product. If you watched my last vlog, which was I think 2 videos ago now, you would have seen me talk about this quite a bit already. But just in case you missed that video or you're just here for the first time, hello, welcome. I wanted to talk about this mascara again and why I love it so much. So it is the Clinique High Impact Mascara in 01 Black, I believe. Yep, black. So I have been in a mascara rut for years. I have been using the same mascara for a really long time. I tried using a few others and I just got really frustrated with them. I couldn't get them all off. Waterproof ones drive me crazy trying to scrub it off, and then anything non-waterproof I would end up with it all the way over here under my eyes, and then especially when I was working in the operating room I'd be sweating. I'm wearing a mask up to here and then you're getting all that humid breath basically causing your mascara to melt all day long. And then even the next morning after washing my face at night I would wake up with raccoon eyes. I'd have to clean again, and I just didn't like all that extra tugging, pulling, and effort with a mascara. I just want something simple. I just want my eyelashes to look nice and big, full, and for it to come off without any hassle. That's all I want. So I ended up tossing all those other ones and I just stuck with what I knew. I thought my journey with mascara was forever dead, and then just praying that they never discontinue my usual one until I found this guy. I got it for Christmas from Bubs, my best friend. Of course, I was skeptical when I tried it, so I kind of waited to use it for a day where I didn't really care what my eyelashes looked like, if it was going to smear all over my face, or if I was going to have some sort of reaction to it. So I basically tried it on a day that I was just going to be at home. And I ended up loving it. It's just a really basic brush, pretty standard. Oh, is it gonna focus? Maybe not. Nothing special to it, but it's nice and thick, solid, heavy bristles. Like not that little plasticky where you can see the little spikes sticking out of it. I don't like those. They hurt, for one. And 2, I just don't feel like it gets the separation that I really like. So this one coat is really natural if you just want to just darkens your eyelashes a little bit, but 2-3 coats and you get a nice thick looking lash look, almost to a false lash look if you really build it up, but for me it's like the perfect level of black lashes. So I'll try to get close up here so you can kind of see what it looks like, if it'll focus. It's hard to tell if it's focusing, but it just gives a nice full lash look. I get the exact same effect from my old mascara as I do with this one, and it comes off super easily with just some warm water. Comes right off. I don't have raccoon eyes. My face is still nice and clean when I wake up in the morning, and I don't feel like I need to re-clean my makeup off again the next morning. The only con to this for me is that it is not water resistant. My other mascara, the L'Oreal tubing mascara, it's water resistant, so if I'm crying, which doesn't happen, I'm not a crier, but if I need to cry, I'm not worried about my mascara running in the rain, which is a lot here in Vancouver, and sweat. My L'Oreal tubing mascara just does not budge until you get it really nice and warm, and then it comes off like individual lashes, which I really like about that product. This does not offer that, so I'm sure there will be lots of occasions that I still use the L'Oreal tubing mascara. I'm definitely not done using that one. I love it. But this is a really good, easy, really quick application mascara that I'm really happy to have discovered. So thanks, Bubs. Next up is a food item. Yogurt. I have been missing this so much. Before we moved to France, everybody was saying, oh, you gotta eat all the croissants and the bread and all the baked goods stuff. Of course we did a lot of that, but the other thing people were pointing us in the direction of was dairy. France is very well known for their dairy products. Unfortunately for me, I am lactose sensitive. I'm not intolerant, but I can't handle ice cream, yogurt, a lot of milk, those kinds of things. I can have a splash in my coffee, and I can eat like cottage cheese, regular cheese, pizza with cheese on top, all that kind of stuff, but yogurt is something my stomach just will not handle. So this was actually a staple in my diet before we left for France, is the Activia lactose free. But when we got to France, there was hardly any options. Mind you, we were living in a tiny little town. Our grocery store was like the size of a corner store here in Vancouver. So there were very few options. There was only one option for soy yogurt, and it was not great. I ate it, but it was like definitely soy tasting, which I'm not a fan of, and it was almost like gritty kind of. It wasn't the best, and it was expensive, so I was really missing yogurt. By the time we got home, we didn't eat a lot in Singapore or London either, so this is one, I've been stocking up on this every few days since we got home. I have at least one a day. They are like dessert. They're so good. There are 10 grams of sugar in them, so you can kind of consider it a dessert, but I eat them in the afternoon and then again in the evening for a dessert or with something else for dessert. And I think they're only 100 calories. They're delicious. They do not taste lactose-free, soy, like they don't taste like any of that trying to be dairy stuff. It just tastes like regular yogurt. I don't know how they do it. It's actually made with skim milk, but they remove the lactose somehow, and it doesn't bother my stomach at all. There's zero bloating, zero discomfort. Very, very satisfying, delicious little snack. So if you've been wondering about the lactose-free versions, or you have some sensitivities to lactose, these might be worth giving them a try because they are so good. You'd never know that it is lactose free. The vanilla is definitely my favorite. That one's great for dessert, and they're very affordable. I go to Superstore to get those and they're very cheap. Okay, moving on to fashion items. If you've been following along on Instagram, I've been posting my daily outfits. Whatever I'm wearing that day, I post it on my Instagram stories. Whether it's a great outfit or a not so great outfit, it ends up over there. But if you've been following along, you may know that I have been in love with my Everlane jeans. I got these at the end of last month, I believe, so I've been wearing them throughout the month of January. A ton, probably too much. They're basically like wearing leggings. That's how they feel, except they look like real denim. You know, jeggings often have that plasticky kind of look to them, and they don't look, they look like jeggings. They look like leggings that have been painted in denim color. These do not have that look at all. They look like really great, durable, like textured denim. There's no discoloring or anything. Oh, maybe a tiny bit. They're coming up more on camera here, but just a tiny bit of discoloring, zero destroying at the knees, and then they have a finished hem at the bottom here. They're super high waist, like way up there, which is exactly what I want in every pair of jeans. They're just super easy to wear. They're really affordable. A great company from Everlane. I wish they made them more colors because they make them in a faded black and a black, and I've already got other jeans that fill that spot in my wardrobe. So if they made different colors of these, I would definitely be picking them up. But they're just such a great denim. I absolutely love them. They're just so easy to wear with just a t-shirt and a cardigan on top, or I've just been wearing them a lot with just a chunky knit sweater on top, and then they work really great with all my flat shoes and my boots too, because they're kind of a straight leg, not quite a straight leg fit, but they're pretty straight. They're not skinny, so they work really good with my Acne Studio boots and all my other boots that I wear regularly, so yeah. They do run large. I got these in a 26. I would say generally I wear a 26 or 27, and they have stretched out, I would say about a size. They definitely still fit easily, but they're super stretchy, so they've given out a little bit. I could have gone down a size or two in these. So if you're looking at them, make sure you get at least a size down. Yeah, something to consider if you're looking at getting a new pair of jeans. Okay, last fashion item is a dress. The dress I wore for New Year's Eve. We hosted a party here, and we had a gay old time, dancing and probably drinking a little too much, counting down to midnight. I actually wasn't as hungover the next day as I thought I was going to be, but it wasn't exactly a productive day, we'll say that. I showed this in a haul earlier in the month and ended up wearing it for New Year's Eve. It was great. Super, super comfortable. It is basically like a sack shape dress, green velvet dress with long sleeves, and it comes above the knee, and then it comes with a little belt for the waist as well. V-neck, so I just wore it with my simple Misoma necklace, and it was perfect for the night. A ton of people complimented me on it, and I think it's like $20, maybe even less, off of Shein. I got mine in a size medium just to make sure it wasn't going to be too short. I prefer a little longer length, especially because it's going to be tightened in the waist here, so it's going to bring the hemline up a little bit. But yeah, this fabric was just so much fun to wear, especially for dancing, because it just sways, just has that good dancing feeling to it. So I've only worn it the once to our New Year's Eve party, but I'm hoping I'll find more reasons to wear it. I'm sure I will. But it's a great little find. I think I'd love to wear it just casual too, just over a pair of like medium wash jeans. Just leave it open, not tied at the waist or anything, just wear it like a tunic. I think that could work too. Maybe I'll try that. Okay, and the last favorite is a Netflix recommendation. You've probably already heard about it, but in case you haven't, you have to go watch the Fire Festival documentary. It will make your head want to explode and just like shake these people. Like, what were you thinking? It's definitely a very interesting watch. We were glued to the TV watching it the whole time, just thinking, how could this possibly even happen? But it did. It's a true story. It really actually happened. I actually had no idea what Fire Festival was until I watched this documentary. I'm not hip and happening. I don't know about festivals or anything. But basically it is about a disaster of a festival that took place in the Bahamas, if you can even say it took place. I don't think it even really did. It was just such a disaster. And so much money lost, devastated people's lives. And it just shows the whole thing right through of this scam artist of a guy trying to pull off this thing that would never ever happen. But I just remember sitting there just like, what was he thinking? My God. Anyways, without giving away too much, go watch it. I think it's only an hour and a half long. It was a really interesting watch, and it will leave you pulling your hair out. And for anyone that has already seen it, let me know what you thought of this documentary down below. I think it'd be some interesting conversation and opinions about how that all went down. So I have two, well, one fail and one that I need to make comments on. So the one I want to make comments on is a dry shampoo that I recently rediscovered. When we moved back home, I went shopping in my own bathroom here and found a bunch of stuff I'd totally forgotten I'd even had in here, and have been trying them all out again. Everything that's not expired. But one of them was this I ran out of dry shampoo. The normal one I use is the Batiste, so I made the move to this one for a few days. And I actually really liked it for the first few days because it gave me lots of volume at my roots. It gave me like that texture. My hair naturally is like baby soft hair. It just doesn't want to hold a bobby pin in it. Like, it is just super slippery and super fine and thin. There's just no grit to it, you know? It'll hold it curl fine, but it just wants to lay flat all the time. So I need something at the roots to kind of fluff it a little bit. This is really good for that. However, for blondes especially, I feel like it made my hair look super dull. Like, at any bit of shine I had in my hair, it removed all of it. So there's something in this that just it just dulls your hair. It just makes your hair not look so great. It does keep it clean, and the other thing I really like about it is that you don't have to reapply it day after day. It kind of just stays there, which also kind of weirds me out at the same time. But with my Batiste, I have to reuse it each day to kind of re-wash my hair. This stuff, you put it in once and it was good for like 3 days. It's also made in Canada, it's cruelty-free, vegan, so it's all good stuff. I'll still use it, but I probably just use it on like the undersides of my hair underneath here and try to keep these top pieces nice and shiny with my Batiste. It's also not an aerosol, so it's a powder. You just kind of shake it into your hair like you would a baby powder bottle or something. So it's a bit messy, but if you're sensitive to aerosols, then this might be something to check out. It also smells like cake. The brand is called Cake, and everything in their line smells like vanilla birthday cake. So not a fail, but just something to mention. I do like it, but there are cons to it. And then the last item is, I actually threw it out. I hated it that much. I've already thrown it out. Did not make it through our moves. I bought it when we were back in France, and I think it made it as far as London, and then I tossed it. We were very limited on space, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It is the Ordinary foundation. I tried it out long ago. I tried it for a good solid week when we were back in France. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I just did a whole blog post review on it. So if you want to see pictures of it and the consistency and everything of it, head over to my blog to see that. But I just wanted to touch on it here just in case you were wondering what happened with my thoughts on that. So first of all, I loved the packaging of it. I thought it was really simple, classic looking. It looks a lot like their other packaging where it's just kind of, it looks like science beakery and like it's all made in a lab. So it's very simple and classic clean, which I really like. It has a nice pump top on the top, but the pump top is matte, so it makes a huge mess. Every time you pump a little foundation out, it gets all over the top. I do like that part of it. It's also plastic, so it was very travel friendly. However, this product just made my skin look horrible. I don't have bad skin to begin with. I mean, it's aging now, but it just wouldn't sit on my skin right. I always had streaks all over my face. It wouldn't blend. I tried using it with my fingers, a brush, a clean brush, a beauty blender. I'd tap it in with my fingers and then go over it with a beauty blender, and I just couldn't get there. You would see finger marks all over, or brush streaks all over my face. It just would not blend out nicely. It wouldn't give me any kind of flawless finish. Second, and what drove me the most mad about it, is that it just would never set on my skin. The transfer of it was crazy. I wish I still had it with me so I could actually show you an example, but if I touched my face like this, it would all be on my finger, and you would see a finger line where my finger was on my face. Even hours later, if I touched my phone, the whole phone would be covered in makeup. I don't know if it was just the way it was reacting with my skin or what, but it just would not become one with my skin. My current foundation now, like, I can touch my face, I can't even feel that I'm wearing foundation. It doesn't move, doesn't budge. So I just couldn't get along with that. I just constantly felt like I had wet paint on my face, just constantly waiting for it to set, and no luck. So yes, that one was a fail for me. I think it sells for like under $10 on the website. It was one of those things I just kind of added into my cart last minute just to kind of test it out, and unfortunately it did not work out for me. But doesn't matter how cheap the foundation is, if it's streaky, doesn't make my skin look good, it's transferring all over the place and smearing, it feels moist and tacky on the skin, it's not gonna work for me. It's going in the trash. If I'm being really honest, one of my other favorites from the month of January would be rye and ginger. Rye and ginger ale. I'm probably having one too many of those at night, but you know, that's the way she goes. I never realized I liked rye and ginger until recently, but they're going back easy now. Okay, I think that's all I have to share for this month. Don't forget to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, or if there was something of interest, if you learned anything. Let me know if you've seen that Fire Festival documentary. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget to follow along on my Instagram. It's just at Andreaclare, where I'm posting all my daily outfits and daily shenanigans that we get up to over here. We're both at home right now, so it's interesting. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.